Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features one team who likes to get it done through the air. The Chiefs are top 10 in pass yards, and they're going up against the Browns, who will need to be ready to cover a lot of space.
Larry, thank you very much. The snow and the cold, it has not deterred the KC faithful. The parking lot was full early. The barbecue smoker's going, and we are about set for football here on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Man left, man left. Four down.
Now let's go.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here.
Right. Watch tight end.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding.
No chance. Woo! Watch tight end. Tight right.
Hurry up, here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No yardage.
okay.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Hurry up, here we go.
Mike.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Dashing through the snow. And all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Here we go now. Detroit. Here we go. No. Watch him now, Barney. Hurry up, Leopard.
They'll run it now. This is Kendrick West. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Kendrick West, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken near the 13. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Come on.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I didn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know.
And a loose football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations?
No. Check. Patriot.
Sometimes you
Patriot.
script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
All right, gun. Set. Green, 39.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Double tight, guys. Double tight.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Green. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. 319.
Crunch.
319.
They'll run it with West. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. The defense in an enviable position here. The offense needs 13 yards. It's 3rd down.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39. Leopard.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's out of bounds, able to get it up right near the 25 to the 24. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. As we mentioned, here's older brother Dustin Colquitt to punt this one away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. Aaron Rodgers, a 1st quarter touchdown pass in that one. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And look out, I think he's going to go. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
Flex round. Come on, flex round.
They go play action here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Ski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken about the 12. And he is knocked down from the side. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They run high. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4.
Tight end right.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Trip. Got 3.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Bryant with a catch right side. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
Blitz. Lay down.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down.
Got double tight.
Let's go. Red 38.
Johnson on the counter. And some room to roam now.
Run.
There goes Duke Johnson. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now here comes Kansas City. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing now is Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. And give him a gain of 37.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock the defense off balance, that'll drive the team towards a victory.
On the toss, there goes West. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Run. That's it, baby. That's it. Double tight. Four down.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And avoids the contact by sliding. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Double tight.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
59. Mike's 59.
Watch him now, Barney. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Now West. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop
All right, here we
by
go.
a guy playing the
Green,
defensive tackle
39.
position.
Over.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. The quick slant caught. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. Butker now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field.
Check. Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Steps away to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Here we go.
Come on.
On second down, Johnson. Room here to run. A big run there. 29 yards and a first.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school.
Let's go.
And one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I love to come downfield hit you little people.
Good run there. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
I'm wondering, partner, if they might need to sub him out for a play or two because after that long run he just had in the previous play, he might not have all of his breath back.
Yeah, and they went right back to that well. Different result. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Flex round. Here we go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for those encounters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now it's Hunt, and he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One of the things that I observed when Dante Fowler was coming out in the NFL draft, how hard he played the game. Every time I turned on a tape, he was either rushing the passer, making a play in space against a ball downfield, or hustling from one sideline to the other. How about that play right there? Making a nice tackle, holding it to a short gain.
Watch it now, Barney. Detroit. Set. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky Leopard. Leopard!
Lucky.
Leopard! Over! All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky!
Snap coming at one, and it's Mahomes. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21, and he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Pick. Nice pick.
Flex round!
A first down carry here for Johnson. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Let's go! Red 38!
Again, it's Johnson. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on third down.
Pass situation.
Flex round! Come on, let's go!
Three down.
He'll look to throw.
Check three.
Flushed out right. He's going to run for it, and he will. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down. On now is Vinatieri as he'll try the field goal. And Vinatieri's kick is good. On the NFL scoreboard, second quarter up in Minneapolis. That one has really opened up. The Vikings have just scored again. Aaron Rodgers with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And after the made field goal, here's Adam Vinatieri to kick it away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now here comes Kansas City. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A good pickup there, a 22. And in this weather, I know you weren't a quarterback, you were on the defensive side of things, but how hard is it to throw that football?
It can't be easy because you never know how the moisture is going to affect things, and each quarterback handles it differently. Some of them are a little bit better than others. Depends on whether they wear a glove, not wear a glove, how cold is it. You know, all those things go into it. But it goes to everything else. Keeping your footing when you're running routes. Supposedly you have the advantage as a receiver because you know where you're going. That's not easy as well. Finally, just locating the ball when it finally comes through the snow. Kids love it. Kids love snow. Players, not so much at times. Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Man left. 4 down, check.
All right, here we go.
Now Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Leopard, set. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over. Here we go now. Green 39.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hunt. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. Tight right.
Leopard.
Right.
Leopard. All right, here we go. Green. Detroit.
Four down.
Leopard. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Flush to his right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be.
87's mine. I got 87.
Set. Green 39. Over.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Easy work. It's easy work.
This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no
Tight end
more.
right.
We're making a stand
Here we go
right
now.
here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
They'll roll him out right. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. On the NFL scoreboard, 2nd quarter up in Minneapolis. That one has really opened up. The Vikings have just scored again. Aaron Rodgers with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there who may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Trying to lay one up deep. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top, as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 2nd down following the incompletion.
Left. Watch left.
Come on, let's go. Ohio.
Here we go.
Come on.
They're going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Ohio. Flex round.
Check 31.
Flex round.
Kill.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Here we go.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Flex round. Flex round. Come on, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. There's some space here. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Fresh set of downs here.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Here we go.
On play action, they'll throw. Out left side here to Bryant. And he's brought down. And now we see Bryant yet to pop up. Still down following that play. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back.
Let's go.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And not able to break away this time, as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and 10 here.
Watch tight. Watch tight. Tight end right.
Now back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. Anuno's got it, complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he's on to punt for Cleveland. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Hurry up. Here we go. Here we go now.
In his own end zone, it's Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Set. Blue line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. On target over the middle to Hill. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them will be number 1.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Complete. Richardson has it. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Now let's go. 3.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flushed out right. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
We're back
Blue
now
90.
in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Offensively, with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this.
All right, here we go.
They describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
On the run, this is Hunt. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll try to pound it in with West. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
3-19.
They'll try to run with Hunt, and not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. And Butker able to put this one through. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
Now it's Duke Johnson here on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
This one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
Come on.
Hey. 4 down.
Oh, flex round. Check. Come on, let's go. Grand 38.
And they start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A good pick up there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Man, These guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. That last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy.
Here we go. White, 90.
3 down, 3 down.
White, 90.
Back to throw. Forced out to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. It's the sackmaster, Justin Houston, who comes up with it.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
3-19.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Bernardrick McKinney in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. Hey, boys, we got 4.
Here we go now.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store.
Hurry up, here we go.
They run with Hunt. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
No. Check. Patriot.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Hey, 4 down.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. To throw, it's Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
Mahomes going to throw it here. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 11.
4 down.
Here we go now. Detroit. Watch you now, Barney.
Bang.
Watch you now, Barney.
Kill. He's crashing.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. The Chiefs have got the passing game running a bit. And another first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confident.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2.
Strong right. Strong right. Strong right.
All right, now, look at 56. Back that it up, Philly. Here we go. Set. 3-19.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
Here's Mahomes to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The offense on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. A toss play to Hunt. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because it certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken near the 13. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. They've lost. Struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Back to throw now, 2nd and 10. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack. That's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by David Anderson. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow, because the element of surprise really kicks in. You don't know how they're going to handle the ball. If someone's going to make a dramatic play just out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it just changes the course of things. But a big shout out to our crew to make sure that we were comfortable up here, as comfortable as one could be. In these elements, they took care of us and made sure we were dressed properly.
So for the Chiefs, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss. loss as they sit now at 14-1. And next week they get to stay home again as the Los Angeles Chargers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Browns, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers.